I am Anna Moreno, President of the Italian chapter. In my presentation, I will speak about the skills needed for the right exchange of information in open BIM format, the BSI qualification framework, the European Arise project for the gradual acquisition of competencies among all the actors. We have demonstrated in the previous presentations the importance of the information exchange among the different actors of the building refurbishment. The information are necessary to make informed decisions that will influence the operation, maintenance and management costs for the entire life cycle of the building. Through numerous European-funded projects, we have identified the tasks and the related learning outcomes that are fundamental to gather, exchange and store in an open format the information that allow the different experts to perform their work in a correct way. It is important to underline again that the existing condition analysis is the most important phase for the refurbishment of existing buildings. Any euro spent in this phase to obtain reliable information is paid back of at least one order of magnitude during the next stage of the building life cycle, especially during the operation and maintenance. In the next slide, the tasks and the learning outcome for the existing condition analysis have been identified. The requirement for the smooth exchange of information during the lifetime of a building to ensure the best performance has been transformed in a framework of learning outcome to make all the actors aware of the importance of the exchange of the right information among the right actors and at the right time, and above all, in the right format for many possible future use. The first module is related to the existing condition, and the competences are identified from the task they should perform. For instance, the task use the right open standard for collecting relevant information for the building information models will provide the learning outcome identify standards to be used for documenting existing condition when developing building information models for new or refurbished buildings. To obtain a qualification of BIM and energy performance, a set of 7 questions are associated to each learning outcome. For each question, 4 answers are possible where only one is correct. We have seen in the previous presentation that during the preliminary design, the ESCO or financial institute or owners themselves will make the financial evaluation of the intervention and make informed decision about the refurbishment. Now we describe the competencies needed to collect, exchange and store the correct information in this phase. The same structure used for the existing condition analysis has been conceived for the developed and design phase. Here again, the tasks and the related learning outcomes have been identified. The main output of the developed and technical design phases will be a more detailed refurbishment plan that will leave less room to mistakes due to incomprehension or design errors as a consequence of interference between architectural and HVAC plants. This is the exchange process in the developed design phase, and this is the process during the technical design, where all the choices will be frozen so that the financial plan is more reliable and can be used as base for the contract with the constructor. Here again, tasks and learning outcomes are described. These competencies are necessary to ensure that every information is collected, managed, shared and stored in the right open standard and among all the actors responsible for this process. The construction phase is the most challenging as it is recognized that during the delivery most information is lost, missed or not updated. This is the main reason why the use of a building is considered the most expensive phase. The missing information can cause delay, damage or even disaster. All the problems during the management phase are related to wrong or unavailable information related to the installed equipment and systems. Again, we have identified the tasks and the learning outcomes to ensure the correct management of information during the construction phase and the delivery phase. The operation and management phase is the one where all the advantages for the owner and facility managers are evident, but they will be reached only if all the previous phases have been executed as described. Also for the operation and maintenance phase, the tasks and the learning outcome are identified. In total, the proposed qualification for energy performance and BIM will be based on 5 modules, each with 5-6 learning outcomes. We believe that especially for public buildings and historical buildings, it is essential to ensure that all the actors have the necessary competencies to take all the advantages deriving from the use of BIM. Nowadays, with so many technologies and so many products, we believe that it is important to find a fast but also reliable system to recognize the competencies of the workforce called to make our buildings safer, more comfortable and more energy efficient. The European project ARISE will gather all the existing best practice on education and training in the fields of energy performance and digitalization. ARISE will set up a European platform for the recognition of competencies supported by blockchain technology. ARISE partners have decided to use BSI system for issuing an international qualification. BSI set the rules to develop a learning outcome framework and through the chapters recognize the training providers able to qualify people through a web-based qualification system. The experts define the law of and the competencies necessary to get the qualification, and the same expert provide the body of knowledge to be used by the trainees of the registered training providers to train people wishing to be qualified. The system can be used to qualify both workers, professionals, owners, facility managers, etc. That is, all the actors involved in the building process, as we have seen up to now. To conclude, the European project ARISE intends to use the BSI system not only for the BIM competencies but also for the energy performance competencies, as even the best design can be jeopardized by bad implementation of the best available technologies. Any person will be able to access content through any learning platform and will be able to build specific professional competencies little by little through a maturity level system certified through blockchain technology to build a reliable recognition of competencies accepted by the market. The same maturity system will be offered both to the workforce and to the demand side. This because a good offer is built on a good demand. These are my contacts, our website and the RISE project website. We also invite you to participate to the RISE forum with the link here provided. We will select one topic a month to have an open discussion with all the stakeholders. We will take any suggestion to build an international system of recognition of competencies that could be used by anyone from both demand and offer side for the future of our planet without emission coming from our buildings. Thank you to all.